welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to step away from all that futuristic sci-fi stuff and talk about the AI that's already here. The stuff that's already changing our lives in some pretty amazing ways.
It's incredible to see how fast everything's moving forward.
I know.
It seems like just yesterday we were speculating about what AI could potentially do.
Totally.
And now it's just it's everywhere.
It really is.
It's being used for everything.
So, you ready to dive in?
Let's dive in.
Okay, so first up, we're talking about a system that is being used to predict natural disasters.
Wow.
And it's doing it with crazy accuracy. It's called Disaster Pulse, and it can predict
Disaster Pulse.
earthquakes, hurricanes before they even happen.
That's pretty amazing. So how does it work? What's the secret sauce?
Well, I think what's really remarkable about it is that it can pull data from so many different sources.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not just looking at weather patterns.
Yeah.
Or seismic activity.
Yeah.
It's also analyzing satellite imagery,
Oh, wow.
social media chatter,
Wow.
even historical data.
It's it's looking for any little clue it can get its hands on, right?
It's really incredible. It's like having, a global network of sensors that are constantly watching the planet.
That's reassuring.
I know. For anyone who lives in an area that's prone to, natural disasters,
Yeah.
Imagine knowing that you would get that warning before a hurricane hit or an earthquake, giving you time to prepare and get yourself and your family to safety.
Oh, absolutely. That peace of mind is invaluable.
It is.
So have there been any real-world tests of this?
Yeah. So there was a pilot program, and Disaster Pulse predicted a hurricane's path, the actual path, with 25% more accuracy
Wow.
than the traditional forecasting models.
That's a huge difference.
It's huge. And what that meant was that they were able to issue evacuation orders earlier.
Oh, I see.
So potentially saving lives and reducing the economic impact
Right.
of the storm.
That's incredible. It's AI is actually making a real difference in people's lives.
Right.
But it also makes you think, right? How do we make sure those predictions actually get to the people who need them most?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
It's not just about developing the technology. It's about making sure it's accessible and used in a way that benefits everyone.
Absolutely.
So Disaster Pulse is currently working on developing personalized alert systems.
Oh, interesting.
So they could send targeted warnings to individuals based on, their location and risk factors.
That's really smart.
It is.
It's taking that data and making it actionable for individuals.
Exactly. It's about shifting from that reactive approach to disaster response to something that's more proactive and preventative.
And that brings us to the human element, right? AI can give us these insights, but we still need to act on them.
Totally.
Preparedness starts with us, with people taking responsibility for their own safety.
It's a reminder that human judgment and action are still paramount, even with the best technology. But AI can definitely
Give us a leg up.
give us a leg up, exactly.
Helping hand.
Help us be more prepared. So now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about how AI is impacting the world of education.
The education landscape is changing so rapidly, and AI is a big part of that shift. We're seeing this move from a one-size-fits-all approach
Oh, yeah.
to something much more personalized, where it's catering to each student's individual needs and their own learning style.
And that's where LearnSync comes in.
Yeah.
This is an AI platform that's completely revolutionizing the way students learn
LearnSync.
by creating these personalized learning paths
Wow.
for every student. So it's like having a personal tutor
Amazing.
available 24/7, guiding you through your studies and adapting to, your needs as you go.
So how does it actually work?
So LearnSync uses this really sophisticated algorithm that analyzes how students interact with educational content. So it's tracking, how quickly they answer questions, what types of questions they struggle with,
Oh, interesting.
even their mouse movements.
Wow. That's getting into the details.
All that data is used to personalize that learning experience.
So it's if you learn best by doing, LearnSync will give you more hands-on activities.
Yeah.
And if you're a visual learner, maybe it incorporates more images or videos.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing.
It's incredible. And I'm sure a lot of people listening are thinking back to their own school days and thinking, gosh, I wish I had that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know I am. It has the potential to really make learning more engaging, more effective, and more accessible for everyone.
Right.
Students of all backgrounds and abilities.
Yeah. And schools that have implemented LearnSync are seeing significant improvements already in student engagement and academic performance.
That's fantastic. It really shows the potential. But it does raise a question. What about the role of teachers?
Right. What happens to the teacher?
Are teachers going to become obsolete?
Yeah, well informed.
It's a big question.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not a replacement for that human interaction.
So it's not about replacing teachers. It's about giving them more tools to do what they do best.
Exactly. Inspiring, mentoring, and creating a more supportive learning environment.
Imagine a classroom where teachers have more time to work one-on-one with students.
Right.
Provide that personalized feedback, foster creativity, and those critical thinking skills.
It's a really exciting vision for the future of education.
It really is. It's all about leveraging the strengths of both AI and human educators to create a more personalized and enriching learning experience
Absolutely.
for every student.
Yeah.
So let's move from the classroom to the farm for a minute and see how AI is transforming agriculture.
Agriculture is facing a lot of challenges right now. Climate change, population growth, resource scarcity. But AI is emerging as this really powerful tool to help farmers make agriculture more efficient, more sustainable, and ultimately more productive.
And that's where AgriInsight comes in.
Okay.
So this is an AI system that's helping farmers make smarter decisions about everything, from planting and harvesting to water usage, pest control.
It's like having a team of experts right there in your pocket, giving you advice.
It really is. So AgriInsight uses a network of sensors, drones, satellite imagery, to gather data about everything: crop health, soil conditions, weather patterns.
It's like having a constant eye in the sky, monitoring everything.
It really is. It can spot problems before they're even visible to, like, the naked eye.
That's got to be a game changer for farmers.
Oh, it is. And one of the most impressive things about AgriInsight is that it can optimize water usage.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, by analyzing data from soil sensors and weather forecasts, it can figure out exactly how much water each crop needs and when. So that means we're significantly reducing water waste.
That's crucial, especially in areas of water scarcity. It's not just about growing more food, it's about doing it sustainably.
Exactly. And AgriInsight's helping farmers reduce their reliance on pesticides and herbicides.
Oh, that's great.
By identifying pest infestations early on.
Right, so you can target the treatments more effectively.
Exactly. Minimize the use of chemicals, their impact on the environment.
It's a win-win.
It is. It's a win-win for everybody.
Not charmers for the environment.
So, AgriInsight is helping farmers be more efficient, more sustainable, and ultimately more profitable.
That's fantastic.
It is. But like any new technology,
right,
there are challenges.
Of course.
Like that initial investment in the sensors, the drones, the software, that could be significant, especially for, smaller farms.
That makes sense. And there's also the learning curve, right?
Totally.
It takes time for people to get comfortable using new technology, trusting the data it gives them.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why companies like AgriInsight are really focusing on developing user-friendly interfaces, providing training and support.
That's smart.
To help farmers, really make the most of these tools.
And it's great to see that kind of collaboration, the knowledge sharing.
It's really cool. There's this growing movement towards these collaborative learning networks.
Yeah.
Where farmers can share their experiences and best practices with each other.
That's fantastic. Technology can actually bring people together.
It can. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about how it can, connect people and empower them to solve common challenges together.
It's really inspiring to see how AI is changing not just the way we farm, but the entire agricultural community. So let's move on from the fields now and talk about something a little more personal.
Okay.
The impact of AI on our health and well-being.
I am fascinated by this.
Yeah.
Because there are so many incredible advancements happening right now. It seems like every day there's a new story about how AI is being used to diagnose diseases earlier.
Amazing.
Develop personalized treatments, even assist with surgeries.
It's truly a transformative time in healthcare. AI is helping us understand and manage our health in ways we never could before.
I know. And it's like the speed at which these algorithms can process huge amounts of data.
It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling. And identify these subtle patterns that we might miss.
It's revolutionizing early detection and diagnosis for so many diseases.
I know. And early detection, that's key, especially for conditions like cancer.
Absolutely.
Imagine a future where AI can spot cancerous cells before they even form a tumor.
It's incredible.
allowing for preventative measures,
Yeah.
potentially eliminating the need for those invasive treatments.
It's a future we all want.
Right. But of course,
Yeah.
with all this talk about AI and analyzing our medical data, there's the privacy issue.
Right. People are concerned about their health information being used without their consent.
Understandable.
Of course. But it's something developers are taking very seriously. There are strict regulations in place to protect patient data.
Okay.
And AI systems are being designed with privacy and security built in from the ground up.
So it's really about finding that balance, right?
Exactly.
Between utilizing the power of AI to improve healthcare while still, respecting individual privacy and autonomy.
It's a conversation that needs to keep happening
Absolutely.
as AI evolves and becomes more integrated into our healthcare systems.
So, we've talked about diagnostics, but what about treatment? How is AI personalizing treatment plans?
Well, think about this. An AI-powered health assistant that tracks your vitals,
Oh, wow.
analyzes your diet, your exercise patterns, and gives you personalized recommendations to help you reach your health goals.
That would be amazing.
And it's already happening. There are more and more apps and wearable devices that use AI
Oh, wow.
to provide that real-time feedback and support
That's so...
for managing things like diabetes, heart disease, even mental health. It's like having a personal health coach right there with you 24/7,
right there in your pocket.
encouraging you to make healthy choices and stay on track.
That's amazing how it's empowering individuals to really take control of their own well-being.
It's also changing the relationship between patients and healthcare providers.
It's interesting.
Instead of just passively receiving care, people are becoming active participants in their own health journey,
Right.
using these AI tools to monitor their progress, communicate with their doctors, and make informed decisions about their treatment.
That's so empowering.
It is. It's
Yeah.
moving towards a more patient-centered model of healthcare.
I love that. It's about putting individuals back in the driver's seat. And I think that's where the true potential of AI really lies, right?
Absolutely. Not in replacing human connection, but in making it even more meaningful. Whether it's helping us prepare for disasters, personalize our education, or manage our health, AI is a tool that can help us live better, healthier, and more fulfilling lives.
It's about using AI in a way that empowers individuals, strengthens communities, and creates like a more equitable and sustainable world.
Well said. And as AI continues to evolve, we need to keep having these conversations. Make sure it's developed and used ethically and responsibly.
That's right. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI, making sure it benefits all of humanity. So now, let's move beyond these kind of broad applications and dive into some specific examples of how AI is impacting people's lives in really tangible and inspiring ways.
I love that. Let's start with a story that really highlights the power of AI to empower people with disabilities.
Okay.
This is the story of an AI-powered prosthetic limb that's giving amputees a level of control and dexterity that was just unimaginable before. These limbs are equipped with sensors that can detect even the slightest muscle movements.
Oh, wow.
And they have these sophisticated algorithms that translate those movements into really fluid, natural motions.
So it's not just a static replacement limb. It's like a dynamic extension of the user's body.
Exactly. Responding to their intentions with incredible precision. Imagine being able to control a prosthetic hand with the same dexterity as your natural hand. Or walk with a prosthetic leg that adapts to your individual gait and stride. This technology is making that possible.
I bet it's incredibly empowering for amputees to regain that level of control and mobility. It's not just about the physical function, it's about restoring a sense of agency and independence.
You're absolutely right, and the impact goes beyond the individual. When people with disabilities are able to participate more fully in society, everyone benefits.
It's a reminder that technology can be a powerful force for inclusion and accessibility.
And this is just one example of how AI is being used to create these amazing assistive technologies that are transforming lives. From speech recognition software that helps people with communication challenges to navigation apps that guide visually impaired individuals, the possibilities are endless.
It's really heartwarming to see how technology can break down barriers and create a more inclusive world. But we can't forget that with every advancement, there are potential challenges and ethical considerations.
That's an important point. As AI becomes more sophisticated and more widespread, we need to be mindful of its potential impact on society and make sure it's developed and used responsibly. One of the biggest concerns is that AI could actually make existing inequalities worse.
Like if access to AI-powered healthcare is limited to those who can afford it, it could widen the gap between the rich and the poor.
Exactly. And if AI is used in hiring decisions without proper safeguards, it could perpetuate existing biases and discrimination. We need to have open and honest conversations about these risks and work together to find solutions that make sure AI benefits everyone.
It's all about striking that balance between technological advancement and social responsibility. We need to make sure AI is used in a way that promotes fairness, equity, and human well-being.
And that's where we all come in. As informed citizens, we need to stay engaged in these conversations, ask critical questions, and hold developers accountable for creating AI systems that align with our values.
It's about shaping the future of AI together, making sure it reflects our best aspirations for a more just and equitable society.
Absolutely. And remembering that AI is ultimately a tool, like any tool. It can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it.
It's an exciting time to be alive, but also a time for careful consideration. We need to approach AI with a sense of wonder and a healthy dose of skepticism, always asking ourselves, how can we use this technology to create a better world for everyone?
That's the question we should all be asking. And as we continue to explore the world of AI, it's important to remember that the future isn't predetermined. It's something we create together through our choices, our actions, and our engagement.
That's a great point to end on.
It is. We have the power to shape the future of AI.
We do. We've covered a lot today, from the amazing potential of AI to those ethical challenges. It's clear that AI is a powerful force, and it's going to continue to shape our world in profound ways.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
It is. And as we navigate this new landscape, it's so important that we approach AI with both a sense of wonder and a healthy dose of caution. We need to be aware of those potential pitfalls, while also remaining optimistic about the potential for AI to, solve problems, enhance human capabilities, create a better future.
It's about finding that balance, right, between hope and caution.
Exactly. And we have to remember that we're all in this together,
Absolutely.
shaping the future of AI and how it impacts our lives. So thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll be back soon with more deep dives into the world of AI and other fascinating topics. Until then, stay curious.
Stay curious. It really is. It changes everything for farmers. But like you were saying, there are some challenges too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That cost, for example, getting all the sensors set up, the drones, the software.
Right, it adds up.
It can be a barrier, especially for smaller farms.
Definitely. And even if you can afford it, there's still the whole learning curve thing.
Oh, absolutely. It takes time to get comfortable with any new technology, especially something this complex. You have to learn to trust the data, figure out how to use the software. It's not always easy.
It's not. And I think that's why it's so great that companies like AgriInsight are really putting a lot of effort into making the whole experience as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah, that's key. Developing intuitive interfaces, offering good training programs, providing ongoing support. That's what will make this technology truly accessible to everyone.
Exactly. And it's not just about the companies either. There's this whole movement towards collaborative learning networks, which I think is amazing,
Oh, I love that.
where farmers can connect with each other, share their experiences, offer advice, and learn from each other's successes and, even their mistakes.
It's such a powerful way to build community and accelerate the adoption of these new technologies.
It is. And it shows that technology can actually bring people together instead of isolating them.
It's really inspiring to see. And it's just one example of how AI is changing not just the way we farm, but the entire agricultural community.
Okay, so we've talked about AI in disaster prediction, in education, and in agriculture. But now I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about an area that's really close to my heart, healthcare. Because there have been some mind-blowing advancements in AI for health and well-being.
Oh, absolutely. It's an area that's just ripe for innovation.
It is. And it seems like every day there's a new story about how AI is being used to, diagnose diseases earlier, develop personalized treatments, even assist with surgeries.
It's incredible. It feels like we're on the cusp of a revolution in healthcare. AI is giving us the tools to understand and manage our health in ways that we never could have imagined before. And it's all happening so quickly.
It is. It's mind-blowing. And it's not just the speed of these algorithms. It's their ability to, process these massive amounts of data and identify these subtle patterns that, frankly, we humans would probably miss.
It's true. They can see things that we can't, and that's leading to some major breakthroughs in early detection and diagnosis. We're talking about potentially catching diseases like cancer in their earliest stages before they even have a chance to take hold.
And that's key, right? Early detection is so crucial, especially for something like cancer. The earlier you catch it, the better the chances of successful treatment.
Exactly. And imagine a future where AI can actually identify cancerous cells before they even form a tumor.
Wow, that would be incredible.
It would be revolutionary. We could start talking about preventative measures, maybe even eliminate the need for invasive treatments altogether.
That's the dream, right?
Hmm.
But of course, with all this amazing potential, there are also concerns. I mean, we're talking about AI analyzing our most personal information, our
Oh,
medical data. Privacy is a huge issue.
Oh, absolutely. It's a valid concern. And it's something that developers of AI healthcare technologies are taking very seriously. They understand that people are worried about their health information being used without their consent.
And rightfully so.
Exactly. That's why there are strict regulations in place to protect patient data. And AI systems are being designed with privacy and security built in from the very beginning.
Okay, that's reassuring. So it sounds like it's all about finding that balance, right?
Precisely.
Between using the power of AI to improve healthcare while also making sure that we're respecting individual privacy and autonomy.
It's a complex challenge, but it's one that we have to get right. And it's a conversation that needs to continue as AI becomes more integrated into our healthcare systems.
Absolutely. And speaking of healthcare, we've been focusing a lot on the diagnostic side of things, but what about treatment? How is AI personalizing treatment plans and helping people manage their health on a day-to-day basis?
Well, think about this. Imagine having an AI-powered health assistant that could track your vital signs, analyze your diet and exercise patterns, and then give you personalized recommendations to help you reach your health goals.
Wow, that would be amazing.
And it's becoming a reality. There are a growing number of apps and wearable devices that use AI to provide just that kind of real-time feedback and support.
That's so cool. It's like having a personal health coach right there in your pocket.
Exactly. And it's making a real difference in people's lives. We're seeing positive results in the management of chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, even mental health.
It's amazing how technology can empower individuals to take control of their own well-being.
It really is. And it's changing the dynamic between patients and healthcare providers. It's shifting from this model of passive care, where patients just follow doctors' orders, to a more collaborative approach, where individuals are active participants in their own health journey.
I love that. It's about empowering people to make informed decisions about their health.
Hmm.
And I think that's where the true potential of AI lies, right?
Absolutely. It's not about replacing human connection, but about enhancing it. Whether it's helping us prepare for disasters, personalize our education, manage our health, or even just make better decisions about our daily lives, AI is ultimately a tool that can help us live better, healthier, and more fulfilling lives.
I think that's a great point to keep in mind as we continue to explore the world of AI. It's a tool, and it's up to us to decide how we use it.
Exactly. We have the power to shape the future of AI. It's not something that's just happening to us. It's something that we're creating together.
Now, that's an empowering thought.
Yeah.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations, to talk about the ethical implications of AI, to address the potential risks, and to make sure that it's developed and used in a way that benefits all of humanity.
I completely agree. And I think that's a good segue into our next topic, which is the ethical considerations surrounding AI.
It is a big responsibility, but it's also incredibly exciting. Think about it. We have the chance to shape the future of this technology, to make sure it's used to create a better world.
I know. It's easy to get caught up in all the fears and the what-ifs, but there's so much potential for good here.
There really is, and that's why I think it's so important to stay optimistic, even as we're having these tough conversations about the ethical challenges.
Optimism and a healthy dose of skepticism, right?
Exactly. We need to be aware of the potential risks, but also be open to the possibilities.
So for our listeners who might be feeling a little overwhelmed by all this talk about AI, what's the takeaway? What can they do to navigate this rapidly changing world and, make sure that AI is used for good?
That's a great question. And honestly, I think the most important thing is just to stay informed. Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, watch documentaries, take online courses. There's so much information out there. The more you understand about AI, the better equipped you'll be to participate in these important conversations and make informed decisions about how this technology is used.
education is key. It's about empowering ourselves with knowledge so we can be active participants in shaping the future of AI, not just passive bystanders.
Exactly. And another important step is to be mindful of your data. AI thrives on data, so be conscious of what information you're sharing online and with various companies. Take the time to read privacy policies, adjust your privacy settings, and be selective about the apps and services you use. It's about being intentional with your digital footprint.
I like that, being intentional, not just blindly clicking accept on every pop-up.
Right. And finally, I'd encourage everyone to engage in critical thinking. Don't just accept everything you hear about AI at face value. Question the information you encounter, consider different perspectives, and be wary of hype and sensationalism. Remember, not everything you read online is true, and there are often hidden agendas at play.
So it's about developing our own critical thinking skills
Mm,
and not just blindly following the latest trends or headlines. Do your own research, think for yourself, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
exactly. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we create collectively through our choices, actions, and engagement.
What a powerful thought. It's easy to feel like these technologies are beyond our control, but we actually have more agency than we realize.
We do, and the more we understand about AI, the more empowered we become to shape its development and ensure that it's used for the benefit of all.
I think this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. We've explored the amazing potential of AI, the ethical dilemmas that it presents, and the importance of responsible development.
And we've only just scratched the surface. The world of AI is constantly evolving, so it's essential to stay curious and keep learning.
That's right. And we'll be here with you every step of the way, diving deep into the most fascinating and impactful developments in the world of AI and beyond.
So as you go about your day, think about those everyday interactions that might be subtly shaped by AI. Are those recommendations on your streaming service really just suggestions, or are they subtly influencing your choices? Are those traffic updates on your GPS really giving you the best route, or are they nudging you towards certain businesses or areas? Ask questions, explore new ideas, and be an active participant in this incredible technological revolution.
We're all in this together, shaping the future of AI and how it impacts our lives. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. Until next time, stay curious.
Still curious.